Mr. Black Wall Street, as y'all know. I got the maestro here, Coach Jay, as I know him. Jay, little bro. You know, we gonna share a little something about what he got going on, what he doing for the kids, and you know what I'm saying, his dream, how his dreams and his aspirations drizzle down, and then he shifted over from trying to make it to the NFL to the coaching aspect. So let them know your name, what's going on with you, man.
How y'all doing out there, man? I'm Coach Jarnae Somerville, man. The CEO, Certified Trainer, 5 Core Sports.
Okay, well y'all, most of y'all know, you know, he take the hidden gems, so to speak. Him and his partner, Santonio Jones, they take the hidden gems of the coaches, you know, or the kids that the coaches demo on, and they make them animals, man. So when you fell in love with football, man, when it all started, how did it all start?
Actually, my first memory ever, you know, as far as football, man, I probably was like 2 years old, man. And, you know, to be able to go back that far and remember that exact day of me holding the football with a football jersey on, and every time I seen that picture, it was just like flashbacks in my life, you know what I mean? It's just, football always has been a part of my life growing up, you know what I mean? Just growing up in the projects, you know what I mean? Playing pole to pole, sideline pop, neighborhood versus neighborhood. You know, it's always been in my heart that I know that was my gift, you know what I mean? I played other sports, as I said, in other sports, but just football was my calling, you know. I played all through rec league, you know, I went on to middle school. They really didn't have middle school then, and then it was at a point where I was too good to play rec football, so my stepdad told me it's time for me to move up. So I went out there and started playing some JV football. Man, I was the smallest guy out there. I probably was as tall as that Kevin Hart, you know what I mean, compared to everybody else out there, but I had the heart and I had the skill, you know what I mean? And then, you know, I ended up transferring schools, going to Western Branch, man, and they really gave me an opportunity, and they showed me the difference between just being an athlete and being able to grow as an athlete. You know what I mean? As far as being in the classroom, being a good teammate, being a role model, being a leader and stuff like that, man, you know. And it was a blessing to be able to go to that school, man, just learn from some guys that was older than me that was in the limelight. I played a back seat to them, and then when it was my time, I was ready.
Right. You know, going fast forward, man, like, what take do you take on it now, man, telling your guys that you train about the possibilities of making it to the league from your experience of you being a, you know, 5-star athlete, big recruit, and still not making it?
You know, the first thing I tell them, man, what's most important was, I mean, I had good grades, but at the same time, I still did just enough to get by. I could have did more. I could have studied harder. I could have did more to, you know, get high grades on the SAT scores and stuff like that, man. And I really didn't take that serious because I felt like an athlete, they're gonna find a way to get you. You know what I mean? And still to this day, you know, some of those things are probably going on behind closed doors, but at the same time, we need to be, you know, pushing these things into these guys' heads that you need to be that athlete with the 3.5 GPA. You know, you need to be that athlete with a 1350, 1400 SAT score, because some colleges don't want to take the risk on you flunking out that first year. They didn't waste a scholarship on a guy that's going to come in and do half the work when you could have got a guy that's going to bring his lunch pail, going to study, going to go to class, and do everything you ask him to do. You know, I ended up going to Hampton. It didn't work out for me there, so I transferred to Norfolk State, man, and then it was like, at that point, I was just going through the motions. You know what I mean? I was still one of the best athletes on the team, period. No matter where I went in life, I was still going to be one of the best athletes on the field because I can play any position on the field. But I was just going through the motions, you know, and I ran across a coach that was in the NFL, our head coach at the time, and he brought me into the office one day. He just asked me, he was like, why did you do everything so nonchalant? And I didn't even have an answer for him until after I was out of school. And then I realized the reason he wasn't playing me is because I wasn't in there lifting weights. I wasn't doing no extra work like some of those other guys that was playing in front of me. But I knew that I had more skill than those guys, but I didn't have that work ethic. I was just relying on my skill the whole time.
Right. So you depended more so on your studied qualities versus you being a student of the game. So now, how does that translate into your coaching?
Oh man, that's one of the main focal points of my coaching, man, is you have to become a student of the game, man, because we didn't have YouTube and all this stuff that these kids have access to for us. Man, you know, I want to go research Tom Brady. Let me see how Tom Brady work out. You can go right to YouTube and see how he doing this.
Right.
Antonio Brown, you know, Richard Sherman, all these guys that a lot of these kids look up to, you can go right there and that information is right there for you. Some kids, they're not gonna do it, so you gotta push them to do it, man. Some of them you gotta sit down and show them, and then some of these kids are just so hungry that if you tell them to do it, man, they're gonna hop on it and take care of it, like right then and there.
Yeah, and you know, the best part is that I like about y'all guys training, just like, you know, when I was a younger coach, you lead by example. You show them, you show the drills, you do the drills. You know, you work out with them, you get tired with them, you know, you share the blood, sweat, and tears with them. And just share with, you know, the people in the world really what Five Core Sports really is trying to impart into these kids, man.
You know, I grew up in a single parent household before my stepdad came into my life, man. So I know it's hard for some parents to get their kids into things because some of them out here working 2, 3 jobs. They can't get their kids here, they can't get them there. And even when I was growing up, coaches played a major part in me being able to develop as a young man and playing sports as well, picking us up, getting us something to eat, you know, dropping us back off, helping them with their homework. So you're almost like an extended father, you know. So, I mean, some of these kids are, you know, like an older brother, you know, somebody that's gonna help guide them, man, because nowadays kids are pulled in so many different directions that it's crazy. Yeah, we got pulled in directions, but now it's like kids are getting pulled by octopus arms. You know what I mean? You got your friends, cousins, enemies, strangers, all kinds of people trying to come in and pull you away. But if you into sports, man, and this is what you want to do, you got to put everything you got into this right here. You know, outside of the classroom, you got to put every drop you got into it, man, because, you know, like we was talking earlier, it's not what you do when you're around me. Right. Or your coach or whoever. It's what you do when nobody's watching. It's who you really are. You know what I mean? So you got to develop those characteristics. So when you get out here in this real world, not just with sports, that you got that work ethic to survive out here because it's hard. Right?
And you know what I love about y'all guys at Five Core is y'all guys have amazing integrity. Because you know you got a lot of these high school coaches, JUCO coaches, and all that. Take the kids that y'all develop for years and they put a stamp on it like they did it. So how do you deflect that when you're a new kid and you know that they're gonna be a gem, you find the diamonds in the rough, and you know that these coaches is gonna try to take credit or get the kudos for what work that you put into one of your sons?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way of the world today. It's there's no way you can really stop them from doing these things because somebody's always going to come in and try to offer the kids something more. Right. You know, you could be with a kid for 3-4 years and then somebody come along and say, well, you know, I can offer you this or I can offer you that, but at the same time, you may be able to offer these kids these things, but one thing you creating with these kids is to teach them not to be loyal to the ones who was there when they had nothing. Right. You know what I mean? And some of these guys, it's nothing wrong with coming in and trying to help a kid, but it's all about how you do it, because you can come to me as a man or a woman or whoever and say, you know, coach, I think I can help him. How can I get in contact with him, or how can we get together and make this happen? Versus you going behind my back and then the kids calling and the parents calling saying, well, such and such contacted me, he's saying this and he's saying that. I mean, personally, I'm not going to attack you or do no crazy stuff like that, but at the same time, it's principles about things that you do nowadays that's going to take you a long way, man. And some guys, at this point in time in their life, they don't know what principles are.
Yeah, because, you know, I had to sit back and reevaluate coaching for about, I stepped off the scene for about 2 years and, you know, restructured and reevaluated some things or whatever. Because I was coaching on a private school setting and I saw how much prejudice and all that in there. Moving on to the next phase of your coaching, are you going to, you know, try to take it to the high school level, to the college level? Or what is your aspirations as a coach now that kind of set aside the NFL aspirations, which I still think you guys got enough to go out there and do what y'all need to do because y'all still young. But what is your approach on that?
As far as coaching, like, I mean, I coached high school, you know, football, and I had a great time doing it, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man, because when you go out there and you teach these kids all during the week, and when it comes Friday and it's showtime, and you see them kids do something great, and they first thing they do is come run over there to you on the sideline and say, Coach, did you see that? You know what I mean? That's the best feeling in the world, man. I done played a lot of football, man. I had a lot of moments, man, but nothing was ever greater than seeing these kids go through something, fight through adversity, and make it, man. But, you know, a lot of people don't know that, you know, I got into some legal trouble. You know what I mean? So, you know, I ended up pleading guilty to a drug charge. You know what I mean? That's one of the things I try to express to the kids. I say, man, I ain't no saint. I had to go through something to change my life. Because if not, y'all might not know me. I might be dead or I might be in prison. You know what I mean? But being that I had that on my record, I couldn't go out here and coach high school, which I think is, you know, is bogus because me personally, I want somebody around my kids that has been through something, that has experienced something. So if my kid comes to them with a question, they can help them. They're not just speaking off something they read out of a book or something they heard from somewhere else. They're speaking from knowledge within themselves. You know, there's nothing greater than the energy that comes from within. Personally, I'm probably gonna coach some AYF football this year, you know, because I had to sit back and try to figure out what could I do with this gift that would allow me to get back to these kids. So that's how I got into doing the training. You know, I always trained, you know, like my brothers, his friends and stuff like that. But then there was a point where it was like, I'd be at work and all I was doing was looking at training videos. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out how I could get better. So then I went out here and got certified. A lot of people out here doing training, but they're not certified. A lot of people, they know football, but they don't know the ins and outs of how to build a body. They don't know that, you know, they don't know why they're doing this drill. They just know that they're doing it. You know, that's the difference. So if you're gonna do something, just get out here and get educated in it, man. No matter what the field is, just giving back to these kids, man, because it's not a gift if you're not giving it to nobody, man, you know. So that's my plans, man, is to continue training, studying, getting better, getting smarter, so I can help these kids, man, get out of here.
Yeah, because I mean, I saw some of y'all guys' videos and the other trainer that trained with you, San Antonio, he go live, man, with y'all training modules or whatever. From what I'm seeing, man, y'all teaching these kids NFL stuff. So, and then also with y'all guys knowing the dynamics of the body. Because like, you know, as a young coach with me, I wanted, and as a student of the game, and as a falling star like yourself, drug charge, different stuff like that, I started studying the anatomy of the body, the A-type body, B-type body, C-type body, D-type body. So now I can know the regimentation of what to do with the training. You know, deal with the lineman, how to deal with the D lineman, you know what I mean, the O lineman, how to deal with the quarterbacks, the running backs, and different things like that. And I think a lot of people just doing it because it's a fad. What made 5 cutting edge, man?
Be honest with you, we come in and have some natural ability and stuff like that. It makes our job a little bit easier, but at the same time, he may be lacking something that he couldn't get nowhere else. You know, we can take some 5-star guys right now showing some things I guarantee their trainer not doing with them. We see it all the time. The guy, we might not shoot the video. Guys may come get with us. Man, we ain't never did this. But the whole time they're coach on Facebook, yeah, you know, this kid is a dog, and I show him how to do this and that. The kid come get with us and it's like, man, we never did that before. You know, but we humble, man. You know, sometimes we speak our minds and speak out about the stuff because a lot of people take credit for these kids' natural ability. You know what I mean? You're not really teaching them nothing, you just showing them something. It's a difference. Our job is to teach these kids something, build their IQ, man, build their character, and just show them what it takes, man, to get to that next level.
Also, one of the main things I like about y'all too, man, is that y'all get involved in their schooling too.
Yes, sir.
Y'all get involved, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know who their parents are. Y'all done created relationships with these kids. Y'all don't just coach them or train them. Y'all have a relationship with them. You know, the reason why I know so adept, you know what I mean? The other trainer, he's my little cousin, so I be seeing how he deal with the kids, and plus he's a up and coming high school coach at Lake Taylor, so I'm real proud of him, man, you know what I mean? And, you know, one of the things I can share with y'all guys, don't never give up on y'all dreams. Y'all guys still better than some of these guys in the NFL right now.
No question.
Is that still a reality for you? Or
no, not really, man. I mean, I played pro arena ball, man. I went overseas and played pro ball. I actually had a tryout with the Falcons like 2013. And like 2 weeks prior to me going to this workout, I was hard-headed. My uncle told me don't do nothing else but work out on football, man. I went out here and played basketball, chipped a bone in my ankle, and blew that opportunity, man. So I kind of went into a funk. And, you know, when I finally came out of that funk, You know what I mean? I got that mojo back, man. I started playing some semi-pro ball. I played that for like a year. Right after that season, ended up going overseas to play pro ball, man. I had the time of my life, man. And you know, I came back to play, you know, semi-pro a little bit again. Then I wanted to play some arena ball and stuff like that. And then I came back. Then it was like, it was time for me to just do something else, man. And God just pushed me towards the kids, man. You know, and it's like the same thing with Tone, man. Like the first time I met him, it was like the coach was named DT, like our older brother. You know, he was like, man, I got this dude, his name Santonio, man. He coming out here. I was like, all right, man. The first time I seen him touch that ball, before he even told me who it was, I went over, like, man, who the hell is that? He's like, man, that's Santonio right there. I was like, dang. So this boy going to the league. You know what I mean? Because he's younger than me. I was like, man, this boy going to the league. You know what I mean? I didn't know his background. And then, you know, the more I started seeing him, I was like, man, this kid got something, man.
Yeah. Well, look, we really want to get more in depth, so we're going to have more than one segment. We're going to, you know, really bring it to a close on this one. I know Five Core got a lot more going on. We're going to do some editorials. We're going to be going live on some of y'all training and stuff like that. So, look, man, this Speak Up 757, man, with Coach J. I call him Lil Bruh. We're going to have more on him, man. So we just want y'all to just speak up 757. Peace.